Happy Valentine's Day! Again, didn't hear you come in. Greetings and welcome to Ask That Mizzou Playboy with the Glasses. Well, it's that time of year again. A time for romance and love. And I'm sure you have a lot of Valentine's Day questions for me to answer. So let's not waste any more time, shall we? When is St. Patrick's Day? Seriously, that's the first fucking question. It's not even Valentine's Day related. But if you must know, St. Patrick's Day is a month away. So go fucking wait another month to drink your booze and celebrate it then. This is the time for romance and love. Are there any Valentine's Day questions that you want me to answer? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood on Valentine's Day? Okay, you're fucking stupid. I thought that guy with the glasses dealt with a question like this for his Christmas answers a long, long time ago in a galaxy not so far away. With guacamole. Now, if the next question is not Valentine's Day related, you're going down. So be mindful of what you ask. My mother once had her tradition on April Fool's Day. That's it, you're going down. Now, do we have any Valentine's Day questions, please? God! How do you cure the lonely blues? That's a very good question. And the answer is, how the fuck should I know? I've never dealt with the lonely blues before. But if I did deal with the lonely blues, here's what I would do. I would cuddle up on my bed, cry over the fact that I'm lonely, and then realize, doy, I'm a fucking playboy. I could do it with just about any fish in the sea. Not literally fish, I mean metaphorically, because there are plenty of girls out there for me to pick and choose. With guacamole, yes. I currently have the hottest girlfriend in the world. What should I do with her for Valentine's Day? Well, how about having a romantic dinner with her for starters? Perhaps a movie, cuddling up in bed, giving her a box of chocolates. And if she doesn't work out for you, give her to me! I recently spent $21,000 on Super Bowl tickets. I told the news reporter not to tell my wife, even though she would figure out at some point. How do I make up for this? Well, first of all, you have to beg for her forgiveness. For crying out loud, man, how the hell do you spend that much money on Super Bowl tickets? Do you realize what you could have spent with that amount of money? A bunch of lottery tickets, although that probably would have pissed her off. Here's what I would do. I would transfer the winnings of the... Oh, wait, you didn't bet on anything, did you? Oh, you didn't? Okay, good. So then, yeah. Here's what I would do. I would beg for forgiveness, never do this crap again, and take her on a romantic cruise for like a month. That's the punishment that you get for spending $21,000 on something as stupid as Super Bowl tickets. I don't care if your team won the fucking Super Bowl. You shouldn't be spending that much money on Super Bowl tickets just because your team's in it for the second time in 3 years. God, what a dope for brain. I hope he suffers for this. I don't care if his team won. If I were the wife, I would have divorced him in a heartbeat. Because, yeah, she would have figured it out. If you're telling the news reporter not to tell your wife, don't you think your wife's going to figure it out at some point when you watch the TV? Jesus Christ. But seeing as how she's forgiving, I would beg on my knees and say, please stay with me. I would never do this again. Actually, let me demonstrate. Oh, please, I'll never do anything like that again. I'll make it up to you. I'll do anything for you. Anything, anything. And then you will do anything she asks you to do. Because that's the punishment you get for being fucking stupid. With guacamole. Actually, you didn't do it with guacamole. Without guacamole. That's much better. My baloney has a first name, though I can't remember what it is. Is that bad? Well, of course it's bad. First off, it's baloney. You're not even dating someone. But if you were dating someone and you didn't remember their first name, then yes, it would be bad. Because that means the relationship's going absolutely nowhere. If you can't even remember the first name of the person you're going out with, you know right off the bat the relationship is going to end up going nowhere. So you might as well just dump her and move on to the next one. Because by golly, names are so important. It's just like Seinfeld when he couldn't remember that woman's name. Oh! Dolores! By the way, that's not her name. I was thinking about getting a $5 footlong for my girlfriend. How do I get one? Oh, a $5 footlong? Oh, that's easy. Well, you let her... Well, here, let me demonstrate with this. You let her rub the Oscar Mayer wiener and stretch it as long as possible and make it a foot long. Then you pay her $5. That way, she has the pleasure of having money and you have the pleasure of having your foot being longer. Or your you-know-what being a foot longer. With guacamole and ketchup and mustard and relish and just about any other condiment that you could think of. With guacamole. Yes. Why did Star Wars decide to skip Han Solo and Princess Leia getting married? That's because it was too vulgar for the kiddies to freaking see in the movies. Even though adults see this family-oriented movie too. So, if you want to see Han Solo and Princess Leia get married, you're going to have to pay me handsomely. That's right, I have the special footage. Because I'm buddies with George Lucas and all the buddies who came up with Star Wars. And they were kind enough to let me keep the secret footage of Han Solo and Princess Leia. So, you're going to have to pay me handsomely to see the footage. If you don't pay me within 48 hours, you will not get to see Han Solo and Princess Leia getting married. With guacamole! Yes. Oh, by the way, that amount has to be like $3 billion! Why do we draw hearts like this when it's not shaped like the human heart? Well, doy, because the human heart is a human heart. It's something that keeps us alive. Whereas this particular heart is the true symbol of love. Which is why a heart is the true symbol of love. Heart beats. Heart beats. And a heart beating means you're caring about someone. That's why the heart is the true symbol of love. But that's why we draw a heart like that. Because, well, if we drew a heart like the human heart, that would just be plain creepy. With guacamole! Yes! Why do we choose hearts when we have a pair of lungs? Didn't I just freaking answer the question? We choose the heart because that's the true symbol of love. Although to your point, I understand why you're thinking pair of lungs. Because Valentine's Day is all about romance. Romance is something you do as a couple, and we do have a pair of lungs. Although, if we're going to be precise about this, we should have a pair of arms, or maybe a pair of legs. Hell, even a pair of lips for the mouth, or a pair of nostrils for the nose. But then again, a heart is protected with a couple of rib cages, so I guess in that perspective it kind of makes sense. But even so, why would we have a lungs be the symbol of love? What do lungs have to do? All they do is make us breathe. Heart beats for romance. Lungs cannot do that. That's why heart's the symbol of love and not lungs. Though I understand from your perspective. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I've had way too much of this. This is way too fucking much. So yeah, you're crazy. With guacamole! Yes. Do we make a great pair? No! This is that Mizzou Playboy with the glasses saying there's no such thing as a dumb question until you ask it. You dumbass! Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. You dumbass!